Yes, we are live. We are live. Shalom, shalom, family, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know, man, man. What's happening right now? I hope you guys know what is really going on because if you are in the right position, as I keep saying, I feel like I say this every video. If you are in the right position, you will be thankful to know that things are possible. Things is very possible to change your life. So, I got my brother here, Brandon. He's in Belize. I want to have people on this channel to have the viewers know that this is worldwide. This is not just Africa. This is worldwide. So what he's going to be sharing with us is about trading. This is something that he's been doing. So if you guys make sure you like the video, make sure you leave your comments and stuff. um, just stay tuned because we got a lot of information that we're going to share with you guys. We're going to be giving you a lot of gems. So if you got a notepad, take a notepad out. And if you want to hit him up, his information is in the description. And yeah, we just go from there. Brandon, welcome, shalom.
Yeah, shalom, family, man. I definitely appreciate you welcoming me to your channel, inviting me out. It's an honor. I love what you and your family is doing. It's inspiring. And yeah, from out here in Belize, man, we just trying to make it happen as well.
Yes. Yeah. So, do you want to just introduce yourself to the audience? Let them know where you from. Where
Yeah,
you are now. How long you been there? What you do for a living? Stuff like that.
yeah, for sure. My name is Brandon Blackwell. I'm originally from LA, California. But I'm in Belize currently. I've been out here for a little over 3 years now. Probably, yeah, a little over 3 years, about 3.5 years. I had my daughter out here, so she's actually a Belizean citizen. And originally, I am currently a day trader. What I do for a living is I do day trade the markets. I show people how to get involved with trading and investing. I'm also in the broker business, and I just show people how to tap into this financial market, man, because especially in the time we're living in now, being an expat, as long as I've been here, I've seen people come and go. And a lot of times people just don't they struggle with finding a way to make income, outside of a job, right? So it started for me really back in like 2016. 2016. This is actually around the time when I first got into the truth. Our walk of, being an Israelite and coming into this faith. I started learning how to trade around the same time. But before that, actually, I was involved in like network marketing, multi-level marketing, internet marketing stuff. That's when I first started shifting my paradigm because I knew I wasn't meant to work for people. I didn't last long in the 9 to 5 corporate America type world. For me, it just felt like another form of slavery. So for me, it's like I wanted to control my time. I was like, I know there's a better way. I'm not, a lot of it was taught to just go to school, get a good job, work until you 60, 65, and then retire and enjoy life. That wasn't the life I saw for myself. Right. So I started, tapping into self-development, tapping into other ways of making income, without having to be tied down to anybody's clock. So I started getting into internet marketing. I started tapping into social media and these different things. And I made a lot of great, amazing connections that to this day um, is benefiting me and my family, and then eventually I got into trading. I started learning. Once I saw the power of trading, I was like, I got to figure this out. I'm going to figure this out. I was like, I
Yeah.
don't care how long it's going to take me. But when I saw the power of it, I was like, this is amazing. I gotta tap in. And that was around actually when I first learned how to trade, started learning how to trade. That's when I started seeing Bitcoin and stuff too. But I didn't invest. Like that Bitcoin probably was around $100 or something like that at the time. But I was so locked in on trading. I was like Bitcoin. I wasn't thinking about investing in crypto at the time. But yeah, man, I think everybody like what I like to say is everybody's probably not meant to have own a business, or run a corporation or run a business. But I believe everybody should invest.
Yeah.
Everybody has the capacity to invest. I like to say your money should be your best employee. You got to put your money to work, right? If you learn
Mm,
how to put your money to work and find ways to make money while you sleep, then you'll realize that it's all about leverage, right?
mm.
So I started getting this concept. I'm like, one, networking and learning how to put my money to work. Those two things changed my life astronomically, man. And I give all praise to the Most High for that.
Yeah, all praises, man. All praise. I definitely like how you said that. You put that. You gotta make your money be your best employee. So that's yeah. I like that. I like that for sure. So I know you talking about trading. Maybe our audience don't know exactly what that is. Could you kind of explain that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. So a lot of people see things online. You see forex, you see stocks, you see futures.
Mm,
So there's different markets that you can trade. The market that I was introduced to was the foreign exchange market, which is short, also known as forex. So when you're dealing with the foreign exchange market, you're trading currency, right? World
mm,
currency, exchanging one currency for another. For example, those that have traveled, airports, they have a currency exchange booth. If I take $10,000 and I go to Canada and I exchange my US dollars for the Canadian dollar, based off the exchange rate, I'm going to have a certain value, right? Or if you go out to anywhere in the world, that's forex in real time. But what you
mm.
do in trading the foreign exchange market is you actually go through brokers, you put your money on these brokers, and you actually can leverage it. So you can take advantage in the fluctuation of price, because price is fluctuating all the time. It's over a $5 trillion a day market. So when you're talking about forex is the most liquid. It's the most liquid market in the world. And when you look at the banks, these big banks and institutions, this is their playground.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody realized when you put your money in the bank, you're actually loaning it to the bank. You're actually
Mm,
you're actually paying the bank, and the bank leverages our assets, our money, right? So when I learned that this is what they're doing, right? This is what the institutional money do. You got to learn how to follow the money. So when I got into trading, honestly, when I got into trading, I realized how much of a game this is.
yeah.
Like seriously, like because when I'm looking at the charts, and then when it gets to a point like, wow, it's really that simple. Like I always say when I teach my students, wait and allow them to show their hand, because it's
Mm,
a certain pattern in the market that you're going to realize it's an algorithm, and it just repeats itself, and it's
yeah.
literally like a game. So when I started to realize how to follow institutional order flow and the institutional money and their prints on the chart, I was like, man, this is just a game. And the impatient pays the patient, because the hardest thing with trading, like once I realized the game, I was like, the technical part of trading, learning how to analyze the charts, learning how to spot when's a good time to buy and sell. That's the easy part. The
Mm,
psychological aspect behind trading is why most people don't make it. Is because we're emotional beings. And when you're dealing with money, you become emotional. And then when you're in a state that you need money and you're trading from a place of desperation, now you start shooting yourself in the foot. So I went through all these different emotions, man, but I realized this is a powerful skill set that I believe everybody should learn how to leverage, right?
yes. Yes. Yeah, I agree. Look, I was just about to ask you, like, what do you think the most important thing with trading is? And you pretty much answered it. Is that the patience and controlling your emotions? Because even with me, that was a hard part. Especially like really, I haven't really used real money at the beginning, and this is something that you will learn once you start to get in the market. You don't have to use real money at first, so you
Mhm.
got time to learn and stuff like that. So but once I really start to use real money, my emotions was so involved in it. If I lose, it's a bad day. If I win, it's a good day. So
Yeah.
emotions is very, very important to control when you're in this space. So that's very good. That I'm glad that you shared that. And patience is key. Patience is key. Like you got to
No,
wait for
it's very
the right setup.
it's very
So
it's very key. It's very key.
yeah. So when you talking about getting in the market, getting out, Do you have like a specific, way to do that? Like, I mean, I got to break it down, right? So,
Hmm.
can you make money when a market um, is going up? Can you make money when the market is going down? Like, how do you do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I do is I focus on certain levels on the chart, and I
Mm,
always say you always want to look left to go right. So if I see prices at a major level of sellers that it had a major sell off in the past, it could have been a week ago, it could have been a month ago, it could have been a year ago. If it's a major level where you had a strong sell off, now I'm waiting and allowing price to show its hand. Once price shows me a bearish indication that it's going to hold this same level, now I'm just trading in line with the money. I'm just trading in line with the flow. So yeah, you can profit when price is going up and down, because the thing with forex is you have currency pairs. So let's say you have the Euro USD or the GBP JPY, right? This is one currency versus another currency. So if I'm selling, let's say I'm selling the Euro USD, I'm selling the euro, but I'm buying the US dollar, because this is
mm,
this is an exchange rate, right? So if the euro USD is selling off, that means the euro value is dropping versus the rise of the dollar at that point, right? Because this is real time. This is the true fluctuation of price. So for me, I always spot my major levels of supply or sellers and my major levels of buyers, right? And then it's certain things that I look at to tell me, okay, I'm looking now, I'm now looking for a buy, or I'm now looking for a sell, right? And I just play in line with the price, play in line with structure.
okay, yeah, that's good. That's good because I know. So when you was talking about the euro versus the dollar, how would
Hmm.
you indicate that which currency is stronger? Are you using like how strong the dollar is, or like how strong the euro is?
No, yeah, absolutely. If you don't mind, I can share my screen actually, and I can
Yeah, go
show.
ahead.
If you want,
We
I
can
can
get right
show.
into it.
Yeah, I can show a
Look,
real example.
take your laptops out, viewers. Take your notepads out, because
Yeah,
look,
yeah,
we're gonna get into it. Y'all gonna have like a little free session,
yeah. I'm gonna give
because
y'all a little session, man, and give you an idea of what I look at. Right?
yeah,
Can you see my screen?
yeah. Just let me know when you're ready.
All right, I'm ready now.
Okay. Okay. So this is this like a Pacific website you use?
Yeah. So this is tradingview.com, and this is where all for the most part most traders use this site. You can look at forex pairs, you can look at cryptocurrency, you can look at stocks, you can look at pretty much every market on this. So this is where I do all of my analysis, right? So we were just talking about the euro versus the dollar, the euro USD. So if you look, I'm looking at this chart and we can see that the euro USD has been in a downtrend, right? It's been selling off major, really way from this top up here, right? It's been
Mm,
selling off. So if I'm looking at this chart like in real time, and what I'm doing is it's called marking up your chart. So what I do is I mark up my major levels, right? And if you look to the left, it's not a coincidence that price failed from this same level.
yeah.
Because if we look over here, this is exactly what I was saying. If you look over here, this is the same level where price had a major top, same level. So now price just comes to these same levels and it respects the same level. So it had a major sell off. So in this type of scenario, when the euro USD is dropping, you can identify that the euro is weak versus the strength of the dollar on this chart. So
Mm,
it's certain things that I look at. Like I will also go look at the DXY, which is the US dollar. This is the US dollar currency, the US dollar index. So we can see here on the daily chart, the US dollar have been moving to the upside. So at the same time as the US dollar is moving to the upside, we see Euro USD moving to the downside, right? So
mm,
this is moving up, Euro USD is moving down. So something to pay attention to is they trade inverse of each other. And the reason why they trade inverse is because the strength of the dollar goes against the weakness of the euro, right? So now with that in mind, and we're actually coming into a new trading week, I'm looking to just trade in line with structure, right? A lot of times you'll see price break levels like right here. It broke below this level, created another low. So in this type of scenario, I'm looking for price to continue down and make another lower low, right? Now I'm not gonna get too much into advanced type things. I'm just trying to keep it as basic as possible. You just want to
Yeah.
follow the trend. You just want to follow the
Exactly.
trend in this scenario.
So quick question. I know, I definitely know what's going on when you talking that code. You know, we
Mhm.
got talking code. But
Right, right.
um, so if that's flipped, if the U.S. dollar is first versus the euro, is it still going down or is it going up?
Well, hold on. Ask that again.
If the U.S. dollar is first and
Hmm.
the euro is second, will we still see the same chart or will um, it
Okay.
be opposite?
Right. So you don't have a pair when where the euro is first on. I mean, when the dollar is first versus the euro.
Yeah.
So it's Euro USD. Now you have like you have certain dollar pairs, like you have the Australian dollar versus the USD, the euro versus
Mhm.
the USD. You got the US dollar versus like the
Yeah.
Swiss franc. You see in this
Okay. Yeah.
scenario,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you see. So this is going up with the dollar index because the strength of the dollar, right?
Yeah.
So there's certain correlating factors um in the market that you pay attention to. And what I like to say is I look for A plus setups, right? I like to see
Mhm.
setups that it gives me a high win rate or a high potential for a sell or a buy, and then I look to trade for that. But you have to be patient. Like there's two trades that I gave my group last week that were winners. And it was a certain indication that I was looking for. Like for example, I'm gonna just show this real quick. I'm gonna break this down on how I was able to catch this trade and why it played out. So for example, if you look at this chart, we can see that we're at major levels of supply. So price had a major sell off from this top, right? And at the same level, price also had a major sell off. So when I
Mhm.
looked at this, I'm also looking at my supply level right here. I'm looking at my major supply level zone that I have drawn here. So this is the daily chart. So when you're on certain time frames, each candlestick you see here represents one day, right? So this is one day, two, three, four. So this is like a whole week beyond. So when I see a strong daily close back below my level of supply, that's a strong indication that price is likely going to continue in that direction. So
Mhm.
in this scenario, I was just looking for a pullback, right? I was just looking for a nice pullback within this zone, right? So when price actually came up and gave me the pullback I was looking for, we were selling up here, right?
Yep.
So I went down to my smaller time frame, like let's say like the 4 hour chart. And I was looking for price to give me the retest of this area because once I saw a strong break below my level of supply, understanding how price moves, price is likely going to give you a retest. I like to see a retest of that area for my continued move down. So in this
Mhm.
scenario, price gave me that here. And then it's certain things that I look for, like engulfing candles, when like my selling candle is engulfing my buying
Yep.
candle. So I saw price close right back below this level, rejecting this level. This is the exact area I was looking for to sell. So we were in the sell around here, stop loss above here, and we caught this wave down, right? When I trade, I'm trading based off the higher time frames. So by trading based off the higher time frames, I'm able to understand that price is likely to head in this direction because the higher the time frame, the stronger the confirmation. All right. So it's
Yep.
just it's just certain things that you learn over time. But when you're new looking at this, like if you're new watching this, you're probably like, man, I don't know what I'm looking at. But once you learn the basics, you know what I mean, and then you start to understand, how price moves and how the market react to certain levels. From there you're golden. You just trade in line with it.
Yes. 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 Yeah. Exactly what he's saying. I know. Even for me, with starting out, I'm like, man, what is this? I'm thinking this is, this type of skill set is for like, rich people on Wall Street. This is the stuff that they do. I don't really know. what's going on. But once you really start to learn, um, this is a skill set that is really unstoppable. Like this can flip a lot of people's lives. So we do have a question. Shalom, shalom, bro. Ricky, Joseph.
Oh, y'all can start
Um,
sharing.
yeah, you good. I'd take it on. He said, how do you stack up against the high frequency traders, or can you explain the difference between what you do in a and, and a high frequency trader? If that,
Yeah,
yeah.
like high frequency trading. I'm not really too worried about anything in the aspect of high frequency trading because what I do is what they call us is we're retail traders, right? People
Mm-hmm.
like me and you, we don't move the market. Like I tell people all the time, like when you see a major sell off, like price moves hundreds of pips, or you see a major like that 1,000 pip range, or like how I was showing those major levels where price had major sell offs,
Mm-hmm.
we don't make that happen. That's the institutions. The institutional money is actually what moves the price at the speed, at the rate that it moves. Now you have retail traders like us that actually can get in and trade it, and but the thing is, what people don't, a lot of people, or some people try to deny this, the market is manipulated. It's
Mm-hmm.
manipulated. Once you have time in the market and you understand how they move price and what they do around these major news events and things like that, it's
Yeah.
market manipulation that take place. They they know where the stop losses are at. They know where all the orders are at. That's why if you're impatient and you're impulsive and you just chase, you're going to get crushed in this market. But if you patient and like I say, you wait and allow them to show their hand and you focus on the higher time frame, when you're focusing on the higher time frame, you're actually trading in line with institutional money. You see, because I see a lot of traders come to this market and they on a 1 minute chart and they on a 5 minute chart, right? And the stuff is just moving crazy, crazy. And I'm like, yo, that's stressful.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you just cancel out all the noise and understand how to really look at this from the bigger scale, it's going to be easier to just follow the money. It's going to be easier to.
Yeah. 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 There's another question here. He said, "What do you expect the DXY to do after the inauguration? After tomorrow, pretty much."
Well, yeah, it's going to be interesting because I honestly don't think that the inauguration itself is going to have that much of an impact on the DXY because the main thing that's going to impact the DXY is, excuse me, is interest rates.
Mm,
So whenever you have FOMC and you have the Fed discussing the raise and cutting of rates, that's really what moves the dollar index the most. Now, as far as what it's going to do tomorrow, I am interested to see how things going to move. It's actually MLK Day as well. I don't think I've ever remember. I don't think I remember
mm,
inauguration ever being on MLK Day, but
mm,
it's going to be interesting to see. Now, if I'm looking at price action itself is looking like the dollar index may give another move up before then
mm.
selling off. We may see a big correction. For me right now, I'm just kind of being patient when it comes to the dollar because it can go either way right now. But from a technical perspective, it's looking like we can get another move up. All right. But if it does sell off, that could be a big sell off setting up for a wave. But I believe going into like the cut of rates, we could see a big
Yeah.
sell off on it. We could see a big
Okay.
sell off.
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. Um, for me, I do want to say this, and I'm learning. I'm learning too. So, um, somebody was like, "Yeah." Somebody said I like to scalp and day and swing trade. And I feel like I'm the same way. Because I do. For me, just it just depends on the person. I have a big family, so I like to get in and get out. I can't,
I feel
really.
you.
I freak out if I know it's there and I can't really see it, or
Mhm.
I'm doing something all day and then because man, plenty of times I do stuff and then I look at it and it's gone because it hit my stop loss. So for me, I
Yeah.
like to when I trade, I like to sit down, get in and get out.
Hmm.
Um, and it's basically the same thing. That's why I always try to tell people like if you really understand how the market moves if you understand how, that it consolidate, manipulate, and distribute,
Hmm.
you'll be good. You'll be good. So, um, yeah. Do you want to expound on that? Like, is there a certain type of, I want to say strategy, but like just how I said, accumulation,
Hmm.
manipulation, and distribution. Is there certain types of times that you look for to understand that?
Yeah, well, you see, when it comes, well, first, when it comes to like scalping, day trade, swinging, I think you should definitely do what works for you. I'm
Mm,
not a scalper, but I wouldn't tell people don't scalp, because you have some people that they do good at scalping. So the thing with trading is based around your personality. Trading will reveal yourself to yourself, right?
mm,
And if you're somebody that work well with getting in and out, and hey, stick with it. As far as like the timing of like accumulation, just how I trade, like my style is this. Normally, there's different sessions. So I like to trade either the London and the New York session the most. But with how
mm.
I trade, a lot of times I wait for a break of structure and I look for the retest. So I trade that a
Yeah.
lot of times. Sometimes that might happen in the evening, that might happen around the Asian session. So it kind of just depends. But for me, since I trade highly based off the daily and the 4 hour, what I've seen through experience is once the market open on Sunday, right? The market is setting. Now, when the Monday daily candle close, right, at 5 p.m. Eastern, normally going into Tuesday London, Tuesday New York, that's when you're normally seeing the true directional move for the week set in. So
Mm,
normally the direction that is going is the true direction for the week. So with me being more of an intraday swing trader, I look to catch the daily swings, right? I look to say, okay, this can be, let's say Euro USD or GBP JPY. Like I trade the yen pairs a lot. Let's say I see a setup on GJ. I'm like, okay, this is looking like a bearish week for GJ. It's looking like a bullish yen and a bearish week. So I look to
mm,
trade in that direction. So normally when I'm going into, let's say Tuesday London, I'm already looking or expecting price to be setting up for that true directional move for like probably the next coming 2 to 3 days. Right. That's why for
yes.
me it's normal for me to be in a trade for a couple days, and that just comes with experience.
Yes. Yes. That's good, man.
Mhm.
That's real good. That's real good. I'm trying to see if there's some questions. Hmm,
Yeah, another thing I want people, if there's any questions, let me know.
you good? Go
Um,
ahead.
like I want people to understand a lot of people come to this market undercapitalized, right? And like through my experience when I was trading, like when I was early on, when it started clicking and I realized, yo, my strategy works. Like the trades I give out most of the time hit. And like how did it work for me when I left the multi-level and the network marketing space. I started doing my own thing. Me and a friend from high school, we started our own group. I started a Telegram that I had before in the past, and I was just giving free signals. I was giving free trades out, giving free signals, and they were winning. I had people that was literally living off of my trades, and I had this one of my friends, she's real big in the crypto space now, Angela O'Brien. She's big in no, not crypto, business credit. So she's somebody y'all can check out. She was living off it and she moved her family to Vegas. And this is when I realized like this works. But there were still times where I, like in the past, like some years ago, where I still was in my own way. I was like, I still had to get the psychological crutch out of my mind. Like, you have to trust yourself, because when you
Yeah.
actually get into the market and when you start trading, you got to get to know your risk tolerance. If you look at your phone and you see you're in the negative, are you going to pull out that trade? Are you going to be like, oh man, it's going against me, let me pull out? There's been so
Mm,
many times in the past when I was learning how to trust myself that I prematurely pulled out of trades because I was down, just for it to go my way and not even hit my stop loss.
yeah.
Like that happened to me a lot of times over my career, to where I had to settle down and say, you know what, your strategy works. And then I'm like, my signal's hitting. So that's when I realized it's the psychological game, right? Most people are going to be in their own way. But another thing is, learn the skill and the money will follow. Don't come in
Mm,
this game chasing the money, because when I first came into trading, you didn't see all these different groups. You didn't see all these different, everybody knowing the game and stuff like that. You didn't have prop firms really at the time. So now you have prop firms, you have firms where you can go get $100,000 account, $200,000 account, right? And you can scale up. You can make profit on these accounts, and you could go put it in your personal account. You could go, invest in crypto, right? So these are ways that you can actually take advantage of the leverage of the market right now in real time. And that's something I'm doing as well. I trade my own personal account and I trade with prop firms. If I can go make an extra 10, 15, 20,000 on this prop firm account, right? Go get another one, make more, right? So this is just how you think. And it's all based around leverage. Like the opportunity is endless for real.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely like how you said it. Trading really shows you who you are and how well you trust yourself, and that's very important. That's even like for me, just personally moving here to Africa. Africa really exposes you, and it's the same thing with trading in a way. Like when you um, out your comfort zone and you learn about yourself. Trading is the same way. Like it really teaches you how to trust yourself. And this hit me last week too. With the Euro USD, I put a position in, and I was so impatient because the market was going against. I just say I put a buy limit in very low because I knew like, oh, the market it got to go down there. It's going to go down there and then shoot back up because I see the level. And then it kind of went down there and it turned back around. And I'm like, man, I don't want to miss this because I know it's going to be a big move. I know it's going to be a big move. So I moved my buy limit up. And then what it do? Go right down to the level I was at. And I'm like, oh man, like dang it. So it really
Yeah,
teaches you how to, trust yourself and like really like just move with the market. As you say, like you gotta
yeah,
move with the market. So yeah,
yeah.
that's good, man. I'm glad that you said that.
No, for sure, for sure. Like it definitely, man. It's gonna let you know if you battling greed. It's gonna let you know if you impatient. And the market don't care about your feelings. Don't like it'll gladly take your money. That's why I say don't be in a rush to give your money away to the market. And I think
Yeah,
it also is important to have some type of money coming in because or maybe you might have a job or something like that. Leverage your job, leverage your income till now start to trade. And then once you get good, maybe go get a prop firm account, and now
mm,
leverage that. So because what I also did early on is I was so done with jobs and I was making a little money I was making on the side. I was like, man, I'm just gonna go full fledged into trading head first, and I learned a lot of hard lessons. Like I'm still grateful of how it happened because it turned me into the trader I am now. But I learned a lot of hard lessons that I wouldn't recommend you go through. Like you don't have to
yeah,
go through that. You don't have to blow 1,000 accounts and because when you're trading from a place of desperation and you're like, man, I gotta pay this bill. I got to do this. I got to do that. So now you're
yeah,
trading emotion. You're emotional now. But if you have
mm,
some income coming in and now you're learning this on the side and you put a few $100s in the account or whatever, or you practice on your demo and then you're like, I'm going to put a few hundred in and then you start to get good. And then you're like, I'm going to go get a prop firm account. So you have other outlets to where you don't have to rush to just give all your money away, because
yeah,
this is a game of probability. It's about risk to reward. You're not going to win every trade, but it's a false notion that you have to win. Even if you win, let's say you won 40% of your trades, which is not hard to do. I believe I can win 60, 70, but if you or more sometimes, but if you win, let's say 40%, but you have a solid risk to reward, you'll still come out on top. So it's not
exactly. Yeah.
always about winning every trade, it's about managing your risk properly.
Mm, that's good. That's good. So, question. So, do you trade anything else besides forex? Is it like once you start to learn these levels that you were talking about, once you start to learn, the downtrend, the uptrend, and stuff like that, um, could you trade like stocks? Could you trade cryptocurrency just by looking at the charts and knowing what's going on?
Oh yeah, for sure. I trade crypto too. On the broker I trade with. I so the good thing is that we know a bull market is coming. So I know everybody's going crypto crazy. That's another thing. We can touch on that. But the crypto market, especially with Trump coming in tomorrow, He's pro crypto. I'm not into politics, but I understand how the game go when it comes to crypto, when it comes to these presidencies. Every 4 years, there's a bull market in crypto. So when you understand how to analyze and read the charts, it'll make you even a better crypto investor and crypto trader, because now you're not like the average person that's just FOMOing in and just hearing all the hype and just running to invest based around hype. Now you can sit back and you can make a logical decision based off of where price is at. Because a lot of times people chase all-time highs blindly, not knowing what's going on, and then wonder why, oh, it just dumped on me. Well, you just
Yeah.
bought it at the all-time high. A lot of times after an all-time high, it does pull back. So you got to, so when you understand these things, you definitely can take advantage of trading crypto as well. What I'm personally doing is, it's a certain crypto coin called Caspa. Now I'm trading it on the broker because I understand that I'm trading it on a forex broker, because I understand that the bottom is getting ready to be set and the bull run is about to happen, right? Because the last bull run topped out late 2021. Every 4 years we see another alt season and another bull run. So what I'm doing
Mhm.
is I'm catching these pullbacks and trading those as well. Now with those, I'm going to hold those for the next coming months, until I see the top and things come in and they make these all-time highs. So that's the beauty of it, is like you can have the best of both worlds, definitely.
Yeah.
In crypto,
Yeah.
for like stocks, I don't trade stocks, but once you know how to analyze and read charts, you could trade any market.
Yeah, that's good. That's what I always try to tell people. That's what, you know, I teach people also, to really, like, if you know the fundamentals of this stocks, the options, futures. Somebody said, if you understand the charts, if you understand the candles, the all time highs, all times low, the supply, demand, the support, resistance, you will be good. You'll be good. You can trade anything. So, if you don't know, now you know. Now you know, guys.
Right.
So make sure you guys liking the video. We appreciate everybody being on, joining us today. If you got any questions, please leave them in the chat. Um, and I wanted to ask you, what's a possible what's a possible number, or like like what's a possible number that people can make? Like, if someone, say, if somebody put $500 to trade with, would you suggest that they trade the whole $500, or would you suggest they do like 10%, 50%? You get what I'm saying?
Right, right. So as far as what they should risk. So yeah, if you're trading $500, so this is, so I'm gonna keep it all the way realistic and real. When you're trading $500, you'll see the industry average. Most traders would say, risk 1 or 2%, per trade. No more than 5%, per trade. Everybody's different though. Like, everybody risk tolerance is different. That's why I say you want to get to know your risk tolerance. But in reality, like me, I know I can grow and I can flip a $500 account. But I understand if I want to grow that relatively quickly, I am gonna have to, like, over, like, add extra risk sometimes. That's
Mm,
that's the downside when I say sometimes traders do come in undercapitalized. But the beauty of it is, if you put $500 in your account, that $500, if you were to lose that, I always say risk what you can't afford to lose. If you
yeah,
were to lose 500, if it don't make or break you, and you have the skill set, you really can grow that aggressively too. But if you put it in perspective and you say, I'm risking 1% or I'm risking 2%, or even if you risk 5%, a $500, that's not much. I mean, you can make something. So it depends on your goals. Let's say if you have a 1 or 2 risk to reward, let's say you're risking 10% of no, not 10%. Let's say you're risking like 2%, maybe 3% on a
mm,
$500 account. I mean, that's not much, but you will grow it more than in just sitting in your savings account.
yeah,
So you can still look at it like that. It's like an aggressive savings account. But once you have the skill set, you can grow that $500 relatively quickly.
yeah,
But it all depends on your skills. It all depends on your risk tolerance. But that's why I do recommend to traders to also look into prop firms. Because me personally, I'm trading my personal account, but I decided, you know what, I'm gonna really tap into prop firms in 2025, and I'm gonna really leverage these prop firms because to me it makes sense. So now, if I go get a $200,000 account, just to put this in perspective, so I went and got a $200,000 account. And I'm like, now if I'm risking, let's say if you're risking 1% of $500, what's that? 1% is like, I might have to pull out. That's like what? Let me see. That's not much at all. It's probably like, let me see, 1%. That's $5, right? So if you're risking $5 on a $500, now if you're risking 1% on a $200,000 account, that's 2,000. So now with larger capital, you could risk the same amount, but be able to make much more, right? So for me, that just made sense. I go and get that account. Now I can make even more, and I can move some of that money to capital to my personal account. I can move some of that money to crypto. So that's something that I do recommend traders look into as well. But in the beginning, learn how to trade, learn how to grow your own money. You could take advantage of the best of both worlds.
That's good. That's good. I know you keep talking about this crypto. We just about to get into it. So
Mhm.
do you suggest people to invest in crypto? What is your experience in crypto?
Yeah, so my experience in crypto, really like this cycle, it's been crazy. So you have different niches or sectors, if you will, within crypto, whether it's AI, whether it's meme coins, whether it's real world assets. So for me, this cycle, I am heavy into AI. I have a few gaming picks as well, real world assets, but I have been taking advantage of the meme coins. So what I've been doing is I'm on Twitter a lot now. Like I don't really post. I'll just go in there to just really just tap into crypto Twitter and just actually see what's going on. And
Yeah,
I tap into different communities. I see what's going on. I see what's hot, and I find a certain narrative, and I just leverage that narrative. Because when you think about, just like with trading for forex, it's a psychological aspect behind it all. So it's the same thing with crypto. Like for example, I don't know if you guys heard of Fart Coin. So it was a coin called Fart Coin. And
yeah,
it launched and went to over like a billion market cap in like 2 months of launch. Now, if you know anything about crypto, that's crazy. That's like what it probably did over 10,000%, right? And if you do the math, put $100 in 10,000%. That's 100x, right? So these type of numbers, these things do. So when I was on Twitter, I saw somebody mention butthole coin. And
mm,
I was like, I heard of what happened to Farcoin. I was like, you know what? People are going to buy this. People are going to buy this because it's just a psychology, the psychology behind crypto and meme coins. So me
mm,
knowing that meme coins is hot right now and that's what people are focused on, I was able to put some money. I think I put about $1,000 in it. It grew to about 8, 9,000. I took some out and I moved it into my main projects. So when we talk about meme coins is no utility, it's no use case. It's literally just marketing. It's literally just people getting behind it, pushing it, making funny little
yeah,
memes and stuff like that. But the reason why it goes up is because of the community behind it. Because
yeah,
the reality is more people that buy into it, the more money you make. The same thing with Trump. Trump just launched his own meme coin, right? The official Trump. Somebody, I have my own group in Discord, but somebody in my group actually was mentioned it, and I think I missed Trump tweet. I didn't see it. I don't follow him like that. But when I saw that he launched a meme coin and it was actually his, I was like, yeah, this is going to go crazy too. Because the timing of it, you got the inauguration, we're at the beginning of a bull run that's about to take off. Because every 4 years after the inauguration, the crypto market always takes off. It always goes to the upside even more, and we see a massive bull run and a massive off season. So I hopped in that. But the beauty of it is you can move coins around. So I have my main projects, like my safer crypto picks, and then I have my more aggressive, riskier picks that are basically in the meme coins. So what my strategy is I take some money and I put it in these plays that are quicker flips, and then I move them into my safer meme coin bat. I mean not meme coins, my safer altcoins that's going to take off when off season really kicks in, right? So I
yeah.
think I put like 1,600 from one of my other coins and moved it into a Trump coin, and I think I woke up today, it was up to like 17,000, right? So
Ooh.
that's crazy. Like I don't know anywhere else you can really do that, you know. So all I can do now, I can, if I want, I can take half out and I can move it to other coins. So I definitely recommend everybody to tap into crypto, right? Go to whether it's coinmarketcap.com, coingecko.com, tap into certain niches, whether it's in the AI space, whether it's in gaming. Go to Twitter, look at the community, look at the following of the actual account. It's certain things you look at, see if they have a solid team, and you know, get in on some of these moves, because when off season kicks in, you know, Bitcoin always moves first. A lot of people, I
Mm.
see a lot of people talking about, like, you know, XRP, and XRP had a big run, you know, Cardano, like a lot of the large market caps, they always tend to move first. But then once
Mm.
Ethereum takes off, and then Bitcoin dominance drops, which is a signal of the off season coming, then you're going to see all the low to mid caps take off and do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50x, you know, and that's the potential, you know, that we have here.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad you said that because yeah, that's so. Just for example, I know for some people that sounds crazy. Like you just woke up and you got $17,000 in your hand. Like
Yeah.
like what do you like? What goes in your head? Because I know that's a lot of emotions. How do you control that? Like, oh, that's 17,000. Like, I just put a thousand something, 2,000 in. Now it's at 17. Like,
Yeah.
how do you handle that?
Yeah, it's definitely emotion. So what it is a good thing to do. I tell people, especially if you're new to this game, because you know you're gonna have all type of emotions. You know, if I was to just cash out right now fully, hey, I win. You know, now if it goes up another 20, 30x, you know, I might be like, dang, but I mean, I still make profit. So what I like to do at times, I like to take profit on the way up. So, like for
Mm,
example, what you can do is you can take, like, I could take out my initial. I could take out the 1,600 I put in. I could let the rest ride, or I can take out. Let's say if I wanted to just take out 8,000 and let the rest ride. So it's certain things like that that's going through my mind. And I'm be real, like right now, this is something the crypto space have never seen. So I'm
yeah,
still even looking at it like, man, like I know it has potential to go even crazy, because now, you know, all these major exchanges are listing it. Coinbase is about to list it. It's on crypto.com now, Binance. So whenever projects now get listed on those major exchanges, they tend to pump even more. And that's actually what happened. I woke up, I was like, wow, you know, so it's up, you know. So what's going through my head, honestly, I'm like, okay, we got the inauguration tomorrow. So one or two things could happen. Is either I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna pump even crazier because inauguration and all the marketing behind it just gonna make it go even crazier, you know, or it might be a sales the news type event. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at a certain level on the chart that's going to determine if I'm a cash out some profit, you know, maybe a few thousand or something, and just let the rest ride and see how that go. But it's definitely emotions that you got to manage. And if you ever feel like that you should take profit or take something, then just take it. If that's going to be
yeah,
easier on your mental, you know, take out your initial release, take out a little profit, and then you can manage it that way. If you want to let some run, let some run.
yes, yes, exactly. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And I know I'm man, it's crazy because I understand you, and I know some people in the audience, the viewers here, they probably understand you, but it's a lot of people that don't. So, for the
Yeah,
people
yeah.
that don't, definitely get some knowledge on this space that we're talking about in this market that we're talking about because like he just said, like he just woke up to money. You gotta have your money work for you, like have your money be your best employee. So it's like,
Hmm.
man, I'm starting to like I for me, I heard about meme coins. I'm like, this and that. I'm seeing you do it. I'm like, man, what is this stuff? Like, it's crazy. Like people really making money off this. So I started doing my research. And recently, I'm like, wow, this is something else. This is something else because people
That's great.
really in a couple seconds, in a couple minutes, you can make a couple $1,000. So it's just
Nice.
like, it's ways out here to get money because I know that's a lot of questions that we get, just
Hmm.
from people emailing us and asking us. You guys talk about moving to Africa. You guys talking about moving out of America. I'm not
Hmm.
financially stable. If you really study this market, if you really study, the charts and understanding the charts and just seeing how the market moves, this is a skill set that will um, help you do that. We'll get you to be at a certain level to move out of America, because we know right now in America, you know, the whole world's being judged, but right now specifically in America, it's a lot of things that's going on, and I know it's a lot of people that is still like, man, I don't have the finances. I don't have the finances. So, you know,
Hmm.
check this out. Check this out. So, um, with that
Yeah,
being said, do you have to say anything about, you know, what's going on in the world, and then we can kind of like end it on that.
yeah, for sure. Like you said, we spiritual first. We keep our faith and our grounding with the Most High first. Like in my household, Torah first. The laws of the Most High first. That's what we stand on. But a lot of us, knowing we the Israelites, right? We understand that we became a cursed people because of disobedience. But I believe once we really tap into the ways of the Most High and we build that relationship with the Father, we can walk into the blessings, right? The Most High can still bless you, in captivity, quote unquote. The Most High still can personally bless you and make you a light amongst the nations, right? Use you as an example that He's still working with His people, right? So what I say is have a purpose when you do this thing, right? If you're trying to get to Africa, because I still I'm in Belize, but Africa's still on my heart. You know what I mean? That's actually where I'm in Belize now, but that's where I still see myself being there eventually. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So this is a skill that you can take and have a purpose behind it. You can take and go get land, right? Go secure a piece of land, right? Go build you a little tiny home. Like this is the stuff you think about because if like the main thing is that's how I'm thinking. Crypto, I'm heavy invested, trading, I'm leveraging the skill set. I need to build a home. I need to do these things because now if you got your piece of land, if you got your home, you got your solar, you got these things set up, you don't need money as much because now you're more self-sufficient. You're growing your food, right? You're taking care of your family. So at that point, now you're really living and you don't have to worry about being tied down to nobody's system, right? And I think, Africa is definitely a beautiful place to do that. So if you're somebody that you want to get out of the States, I definitely encourage you to leverage this skill set, to learn how to do it. And I say learn how to play the game. I understand a lot of things are coming, but we don't operate in fear. We operate in faith. The Most High doesn't give us the spirit of fear, right? But a sound mind, and you have to have a sound mind even to tap into this game. But you can do it. You can do it. I would say just put your mind to it, have faith, trust in the Most High, and leverage this. This is something you can leverage, and amongst other things. But I don't see many things better than a skill like this that you can be anywhere. You can be on the beach, right? The
Yeah.
Akira and Marit, he could be with his family right there overseeing the ocean and still in some trades and trades hidden for him. So that's the
Mm.
beauty of what this is it's no borders. You can be anywhere in the world and you can make an income, and
Exactly.
I'm living, like I'm saying this from experience. This has impacted my life greatly. And like I said, just I don't really talk, I don't like to talk numbers as much, but I just like to show people what's possible. Like I said, I decided to start taking advantage of prop firms. I go get a 200,000 account, make like 20K in less than a month. It's not just off that. That's just one source. It's not many skill sets that allows you to do that in that amount of time.
Yeah.
So this is something that you really want to, if you take serious, it could change your life because it has opened up doors for me and my family. And I'm forever grateful, and all praise to the Most High.
All praises. All praises. Yeah, I did just the other day. I want to say Tuesday. I think the PPI came out. Yeah, Tuesday. Um, I was out grocery shopping, and me and my wife stopped at like a coffee shop, and I look over. I'm seeing these four guys on the charts. So I'm like, man, I got to go talk to them. I got to go talk to them. And that's somebody that I wanted to bring on because he actually has a prop firm here in Mauritius. And I'm like, man, you got to
Oh,
come on talk about, it's worldwide. It's literally worldwide. So he got a whole group, and he's telling me about what he's doing here, and it's like, dang, it's people really do this all around the world.
really? Hmm.
Even, if you guys don't know about our members channel, go check it out. I just posted a video about our neighbor building a house. And I recently talked to him, and he's like, "Yeah, I trade too." And I'm like, "For real?" Like, trading is a skill set that everybody needs to learn because everybody does it. Like, really, the people that really has some money that's really moving money around, I'm telling you, everybody does this. So, it's not too late. It's never too late. This is something that our people really need to understand. Like, man, they've been hiding it from us, and it's the time is now to be sick of it. Like, that's why I'm coming on here trying to tell people, like, this is it. This is I really believe this is it. So take advantage while you can, because we don't know what could happen in the future. I mean, we kind of do know because we read scriptures, we know what's going on,
Hmm.
but you got to occupy until he returns. So I think everybody should be locked in this, like, for real. So
Sure.
all praise to the Most High, guys. If you got any questions, we about to get off here. Uh, so leave them in the chat. Make sure you like the video. If you are here viewing right now, any questions for my brother Brandon? I'll drop his. You want them to follow your Instagram, email?
Yeah, yeah, you could follow my Instagram. I do have a trading channel as well, but yeah, if you follow my Instagram, you'll be able to connect with me. You can
Okay,
follow me at Brandon Blackwell underscore. That's where you can find me on Instagram. My YouTube, my trading YouTube is the FX Wave. If you look that up as well. So yeah, just
okay,
tap in with me. I'm always willing to help. I have a free Telegram. I drop gems in there, so I'm always willing to help. And this is something that I'm willing to help my people. I want to see us grow and win, man. And I feel like this is
yes,
something that really can
yes.
separate us. And I thank you. I thank you, Ak, for inviting me on your channel. It's definitely was an honor to come on and share some value with your platform, man. So I appreciate that. Most High bless you and your household.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. No problem, man. I'm telling you, it's worldwide, man. We connected worldwide, so that really gets me excited. When I met the people here, then we scheduled this for today, and I'm like, dang, this would be perfect to let people know this is literally worldwide. It's the same language. It's for me, I was a coder, so it's a code that people has to understand. So even here on this side of the world, whatever he talking about, you will understand. Even you over there in Belize, he's over here in Mauritius, and then we talk this code that everybody gets. So you know, get on code, y'all. Get on code. So
That's
thanks
right.
for tuning in, guys. Much appreciated. Um, and yeah, if you got any questions, email me, let me know. And we're gonna do this mostly we'll talk behind the scenes. We'll talk behind the scenes. So all praises to the most high, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate
Shalom,
it. And we will talk to you next one. Shalom.
shalom, shalom.